Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am George the Philly Guy. Today's video, we're going to do an unboxing of something that I've purchased, and we're going to talk a little bit about gaming. Growing up, I used to play the classic arcade games, which were a bunch of fun. Pac-Man, there was Asteroids, Joust, Defender. One of my favorites was Donkey Kong. Later on, a few years later, they came out with gaming systems. One being, the first one that I remember was the Atari 2600. I never had the 2600. I went to a friend's house and I used to play at my friend's house with his 2600. Later on, down the line, Atari came out with some more gaming units. I'm going to see what came after the Atari. I believe like the Sega series came out. After the Sega series, I've gotten the Nintendo series, the first Nintendo. Then they came out with a few more series as well. The Wii system came out. Currently, I believe now is the Xbox systems. But fast forward a few more years down the road, Atari came back with something called the Flashback 3. Okay, I seen this. As I said, I used to play the Atari 2600 at a friend's house. But when I seen that, I said I had to have that. They came out with that, has 60 preloaded games in it. I believe they came out with another unit that they added a few more games. I did not buy that. However, Nintendo came out with a unit, a small unit that fits in the palm of your hand. Same thing, I believe theirs is a 80 or 90 game preloaded system. So during the course of time, I went on YouTube, I was looking at different video games. I ran across something called the Pandora system. I looked at this, I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. You know, it has the old classic joystick handle, with the fire button. And it was a plug and play, and it was up to 2 people. So I checked out their games, their preloaded games. A lot of them were Street Fighter. There was like 10 versions of Street Fighter, 10 versions of Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man. I'm like, okay, well, that's you know, that's a lot, you know, for one game to have that many versions out on it. So further investigation, I seen that they were played on something called the Raspberry Pi. I said, well, hey, I like pie. What is this Raspberry Pi they speak of? So after further investigation on the Raspberry Pi, I found out that the Raspberry Pi was a small little computer. You can load Windows on it, you can load music on it. A lot of the videos that I've seen, people were preloading classic arcade games. Atari games, Nintendo games, Sega games. So I said, wow, you know, I'd like to check one of these out. So after further investigation, I found the unit, which is what I have right here in this box. So we're going to do a quick unboxing. I am going to go set it up, and we're going to do a quick little tour of this baby. So what this unit comes with, all right, I will give you a quick little rundown. It has the Raspberry Pi 3. It includes a mini wireless keyboard with touchpad, an AC adapter, a 6-foot HDMI cable, 2 Bluetooth PS3 style joysticks. It does have a 128 gig Classic 10 micro SD card, which has the games preloaded on here. Some of the gaming systems that it does cover, I'll give you a quick little rundown. It has classic arcade games. It has the Neogeo CPS. Okay, let's back up for a minute. The classic arcade games comes with 2,310 games. Neogeo 140 games. CPS 73. Cave 9. Daphne, 2 games. The Atari 2600 has 643 games. The 5200 has 70. The 7800 has 57. ColecoVision, that's one that I haven't heard in a while. That has 140 games. Sega SG, 1000, 68 games. Sega Masters, 267. Sega Genesis, 782 games. Sega Mega Drive, 227. Sega 32X, 33 games. Sega CD has 32. Dreamcast has 11. PlayStation 1 has 44 games. I believe this has Lara Croft Tomb Raider, which is what I'm interested in. I'm going to play. PC Engine, 288. TurboGrafx 16 has 94. SuperGrafx has 5. TurboGrafx 16 CD has 10. Now we're getting into the Nintendo systems. Nintendo 403. Nintendo Disk System 104. Nintendo Super 483. Nintendo 781. Super Nintendo 777. Nintendo 64. 148. Atari Lynx 76. Nintendo DS 12. Game Gear 249. Neogeo Pocket 9. Neogeo Pocket Color 44. Virtual Boy 20. Game Boy 565. Game Boy 533. Game Boy Advanced 1035 for a Game Boy. Game & Watch 27. PC and ports 44 games. Amstrad CPC 2,585 games. Some of these systems I've never heard of. The Atari ST 50 hand-picked games. The Commodore Amiga 52 hand-picked games. The Commodore 64 1,746 games. MSX 519. Odyssey 2 has 80. Vextrex 21. Top 100 games. Then there's a favorite menu. It also has Kodi, which has 90 add-ons. Here's what we're looking at. Okay. Now, we're just going to do a quick unboxing, and like I said, we're going to plug it up to the TV. We'll give you a quick little tour. Okay. We have the Raspberry Pi, which comes in a black case. Micro card installed. 4 ports, USB. 2 are already occupied by the 2 PlayStation Bluetooth joysticks. So we have 2 of these. We have a 6-foot HDMI cable, a power cord for the unit. We have the wireless keyboard if you want to plug it up to your Raspberry Pi and install more games. You have the keyboard to do so. We have the power cord. So we have a nice little unit here. So we are going to go plug this up to the TV, and we're going to do a quick little tour, and I'll get right back to you in a minute. Okay, we are back. We got it all hooked up, and now we're just going to scroll through a few things and check a few things out. So let's have a little fun with this. Arcade games. Said there are a number of arcade games. Moving right along, we got the Neogeo system. CP system. Capcom 2. Capcom 3, Cave, a lot of shoot 'em up games, Daphne, Atari 2600. A lot of the old classics on here. A lot of single player games. I do remember playing the 2600, and it'd be best played with two people. You got some of the old classics on here, like the old Combat, where you have tanks and you shoot them up and blast each other away. First time I let my nephew check out the 2600, we played one-on-one basketball, and he says, "Uncle George, the basketball's a square." He's used to playing Xbox. This was Xbox back in the day. All right, so we got the 2600, we got the 5200. We have the Atari 7800. ColecoVision. Sega Masters, Sega Genesis, your old Sonic, Beavis and Butthead down in the lower left, MD Mega Drive, Sega 32X, Sega CD, the Dreamcast, PlayStation. So we'll select PlayStation. All right, to the right, as you see the menu, we have, we'll go backwards, Wipeout. If you're into the wrestling, you got the WrestleMania. You got SmackDown 2. SmackDown. WWF Attitude.
Nice move there by The Rock.
WCW Mayhem. Tony Hawk's. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Tomb Raider. This is one I still have to figure out how to play. I do know how to run around and jump, but this is something that's going to keep me busy. Super Bowl. Silent Hill. This also looks like it could be a fun game to play. If anybody's ever played this, leave me a comment down below. I'm curious to see how this game is played and what the object of this game is, but it looks like it could be a fun game to play. Alright, so we're going to escape PlayStation, we're going to continue. PC Engine. TurboGrafx. Super Graphics. TurboGrafx CD. The old Family Computer. Family Computer Disk System. Alright, let's get into the Nintendo gaming system. This is the one that I've had. Several good games on here. One of the games I was hooked on was the Super Mario 3. So we're going to go ahead and enter here. And let's explore a little bit. (1943), a classic. 1942, another classic. Indiana Jones Chronicles. Yoshi Cookie. The original Yoshi. A lot of games on a Nintendo system. If you're into the games, like Wheel of Fortune. There's Wheel of Fortune. I think there's Family Feud, Jeopardy, Gretzky hockey. Again, we got the wrestling. We got WWE, Steel Cage. We got the WrestleMania Challenge. WrestleMania, King of the Ring. WCW. Yes, bringing back memories now. Let us scroll back to where the S's are. Alright, getting up there. Superman. Spy Hunter, another good classic arcade game. And here we go, Super Mario 3. Loading it up. Who remembers this? I was hooked on this when I got this gaming system. And I used to be pretty good at it, but not so much. It's been a while. As I said, I used to be good at it, but not so much. But that is the Super Mario 3, Super Mario 2. Again, a lot of good games on the Nintendo system. Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. Also, got some good classics on here. Again, we got Wheel of Fortune, the wrestling games. We go fast forward this way. And we got Donkey Kong 64. The Atari Lynx, continuing down to Nintendo DS. We got Mario Kart. Game Gear, Neogeo Pocket, Pocket Color, Virtual Boy, Game & Watch. Some of these, again, I have no clue what they are, but there is over 15,000 games to play on this system. If you are looking to get this system, this set me back about $300. Is it worth it? I think it is. There's so much to do on here. The Amiga, the Commodore 64, MSX, Odyssey, Vectrex, RetroPie, of course, all the classic arcade games on here as well. So much to choose from. Hours of fun. As you see down below, you got the basketball, you have Punch-Out. Of course, you could add in games into your favorites. And of course, you have the Kodi if you want to watch movies, live stream TV, Netflix. There are 90 applications on Kodi itself. And of course, your Attract setup mode. This is all your settings and whatnot. But that was it. That was just a quick tour of this unit. So again, hours of fun. There you have it. The tour of the Raspberry Pi 3 gaming bundle with Kodi Media Center. Over 15,000 games. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, do I recommend getting this? Sure, it's hours of fun. You like the video? give me a thumbs up. Let me know you care. Subscribe to the channel. Most important, turn on your notifications for any other future videos that I may be posting. So with that being said, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. And I'll see you in the next video.